Hello students, welcome to Darshan Academy online classes. Hope you all are fine. Are you ready to learn today's topic? Dear students, today we will know about the utility analysis. First of all, I am going to introduce you with the utility. What is utility? Students, utility is the wants satisfying power of a commodity. Any commodity which have the power to satisfy our wants, it has the utility for us. Suppose you have a glass of water, then it has the utility for you. Because you can satisfy your want with this glass of water. And another example is that I have a pen. I can write with this pen, so it has the utility for me. But a pen without ink, I can't fulfill my want with this pen, so it has not any utility for me. So utility is the power of any commodity which satisfy human want. Now students, there are two different approaches of utility analysis, like as cardinal approach and ordinal approach. Students, according to cardinal utility, we can measure the utility in the form of numbers. Like as if I say that if I take pizza, it give me 40 utils of utility, and if I take burger, it give me 20 utils of utility. Then it is cardinal approach of utility, and this approach is given by Alfred Marshall. We can say it the classical approach of utility. And second one is ordinal utility. Students, according to this approach, we cannot measure the utility in the form of numbers. We can measure the utility in the form of ranks. We can give the rank to different goods according to our preference. Like as I can say that firstly I like to take pizza, secondly I like to take burger, and then I like to take cake. So I can give the rank to different goods according to my preference, and this approach is given by John Hicks and Roy Allen. These are the modern economists, so we can say it the modern approach of utility. Students, now what is total utility? It is the sum of utility derived by all the units of a commodity which are consumed by the consumer. Suppose you eat 6 ice creams, and the sum of utility you get from these 6 ice creams is called total utility. We can calculate the total utility with this formula, like as total utility of n minus utility from first unit plus utility from second unit plus utility from third unit. So this is the total utility. Now what is marginal utility? It is the change in total utility due to consume an additional unit of any commodity. When we consume an additional unit of any commodity, then there will be change in total utility, and this change is called marginal utility. We can calculate the marginal utility with these two formulas, like as total utility of n minus total utility of n minus 1, and marginal utility is equal to change in total utility by change in quantity. Suppose you have to find the fourth unit's marginal utility, then you have to take the difference in between fourth unit's total utility minus third unit's total utility. Then you can find out the marginal utility. Now what is the relation in between total utility and marginal utility? Then students, there you can see a schedule and diagram. We can explain the relation with this schedule and with this diagram. Like as in the schedule, first of all, there are units of commodity 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Then there is total utility of that commodity, then marginal utility of that commodity. Suppose for example we take here the units of ice cream. So first unit of ice cream give you total utility of 10 utils, and second ice cream give you total utility of 18 utils, and third ice cream give you total utility of 24 utils, and fourth ice cream give you total utility of 28, then 5 30, then 6 30, and because there you went to high satisfaction level, So 6 unit give you total utility of 30. There is no change in total utility when you goes to maximum satisfaction level. And after that, when you consume 7th unit of ice cream, your total utility may be declined and it become 28. Now, how we can find out the marginal utility? From first unit, we get the marginal utility of 10. And if we want to find out the second unit's marginal utility, then we can take difference in between second unit's total utility and first unit's total utility. So like as 18 minus 10 is equal to 8 is marginal utility. And third unit's marginal utility is 24 minus 18 is equal to 6. And fourth unit's marginal utility is equal to 28 minus 24 is equal to 4. And fifth unit's marginal utility is 30 minus 28 is equal to 2. And sixth, 30 minus 30 is equal to 0. And seventh unit give you the marginal utility of 28 minus 30 is equal to minus 2. So students, according to this schedule, we can explain the relation of total utility and marginal utility with the 3 points. In first point, we can see that when total utility is increasing, marginal utility is diminishing, but it is positive. Up to 5 unit, when total utility is increasing, marginal utility is diminishing, but it is positive. On the 6th unit, when total utility is maximum, then marginal utility is 0. And third point is that when on the 7th unit total utility start decline, marginal utility become negative. So these 3 points show the relation in between total utility and marginal utility. And now see the diagram. There is quantity on OX axis and total utility of X commodity on OY axis in the part A. And in part B, there is quantity of the X commodity and marginal utility of X commodity on OY. TUX is total utility curve and MUX is X commodities marginal utility curve. So in starting, we see that when total utility is increasing, marginal utility is diminishing, but it is positive. It is the first relation in between TU and MU. And after that, when total utility is maximum, then marginal utility is 0. This is second relation in between total utility and marginal utility. And after that, when total utility become decline, marginal utility become negative. And this is third relation in between total utility and marginal utility. So student, these 3 points show the relation between total utility and marginal utility. Now students, law of diminishing marginal utility. What is law of diminishing marginal utility? Students, according to law of diminishing marginal utility, as a consumer consume a commodity more and more, the marginal utility of that commodity become diminishing. As you see in these peaks, like as in the first peak, it looks that she loved to eat the salad. But as she consumes more and more units of the salad, it looks in second peak that she does not like to eat more units of salad because marginal utility of salad goes down. I take another example. Suppose you purchase a new dress from market, and when you wear it first time, it give you a lot of satisfaction. And when you wear it second time, it give you less satisfaction compared to first time. And when you wear it third time, it give you less satisfaction compared to second time. And fourth time, it give you less satisfaction compared to third time. So it is the law of diminishing marginal utility. As you consume a commodity again and again, its marginal utility goes diminishing. It is law of diminishing marginal utility. Disutility, students, sometimes utility can be converted into disutility when you consume a commodity again and again. Sometimes there can become a situation when you can't digest that commodity and the utility can be converted into disutility. Now, law of diminishing marginal utility, we can understand it with this schedule and diagram. In this schedule, we see that first of all, units of any commodity, suppose it is the units of orange and then total utility. First orange give you the total utility of 10 and 2 orange give you the total utility of 18, 3 give you 24 total utility, 4 units of orange give you 28 utility of total utility, and 7 orange give you 28 total utility. And then marginal utility. As we learned previously, we can find out the marginal utility, and we see that from first orange we get 10 util of marginal utility, and second unit give us 8 util of marginal utility, and third orange give us 6 util of marginal utility. We see that continuously as we increase the consumption of orange, the marginal utility goes diminishing, like as 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 0, -2. As we consume more and more units of orange, the marginal utility goes down. It is the law of diminishing marginal utility. We can understand it with the help of this diagram. There is marginal utility of orange on OY axis and units of orange on OX axis, and MU is the marginal utility curve which show the diminishing marginal utility. A, B, C, D, E, F points show the diminishing marginal utility because on A point marginal utility is 10, on B point it's B, and on C point it's C and 6, and on D point marginal utility is 4, and on E point marginal utility is 2, and after that on F point it becomes 0, and after F point it becomes negative. So it is the law of diminishing marginal utility. As units of orange increase, the marginal utility of orange become diminishing. Assumption of the law. Students, there are some assumption of this law also, like as various units of good are homogeneous. It should be same in taste, in flavor. If you eat a unit of chocolate flavor of ice cream, then you take another unit of pizza, then you take another unit of burger, then you take another unit of chocolate flavor of ice cream, then the law will not be applied. Maybe your marginal utility for chocolate flavor ice cream will not be diminishing if you change the units of the commodity. So it is assumed that the commodities, all units should be same taste, same flavor, same quality and same quantity. There is no change in the flavor of the commodity, in the different units of the commodity. Next is the units of consumption are of reasonable size. If you eat the rice, then it should be a full plate of rice. If you take the tea, then it should be a full cup of tea. If you take the ice cream, it should be full cup of ice cream, not a bite, not a sip. So consumer consume the commodity in a reasonable size. Next, there is no time gap between consumption of the different units. The consumption should be continuous without any time gap. Next is consumer is rational. He aimed at maximum of satisfaction. It is also assumed that consumer is a rational person, and being as a rational person, he spend his entire income on different goods, like as a way that he can get the maximum level of satisfaction. And next is taste, preference and fashion remain unchanged. There will be no change in the taste, preference and fashion again and again. Next is there must not be change in consumer behavior during consumption. A change in state of mind affect the validity of the law. Now, what is consumer equilibrium? Students, it is a situation when consumer spend his entire income on different goods such a way that he can get the maximum level of satisfaction and there is no tendency to change his behavior. Suppose I get my salary and I go to the market, I purchase some goods and come back to home. And when I come home, I say that, oh no, I should purchase this thing more and I should purchase this thing less. Then it means I am not satisfied with my behavior and I want to change my behavior next time. And next month, when I take my salary, I go to the market and I spend my income on some goods and I come back to home and I say that excellent, it is perfect, I always purchase the goods in this quantity. Now I am satisfied with my behavior, and it is the situation when my satisfaction is maximum and I don't want to change the behavior until there is no change in my income, until there is no change in price of the goods. So consumer equilibrium is situation when he get maximum satisfaction and he has no tendency to change his behavior. Students, we can study the consumer equilibrium in different case, like as a single commodity case and two and more than two commodity case. But here we study about the consumer equilibrium in a single commodity case. According to single commodity case, Consumer equilibrium leads to a situation when a consumer gets maximum satisfaction out of his limited income and he has no tendency to make any change until there is no change in the price of goods and until there is no change in his income. And the condition of consumer equilibrium is that marginal utility of X commodity should be equal to price of X commodity. Now students, there are also some assumptions of this law also, like as utility is cardinal, it is assumed that we can measure the utility in the form of numbers. And second is the consumer is rational. Consumer is a rational person, and being as a rational person, he always tries to spend his entire income on different goods such a way that he can get the maximum satisfaction. And third is constant marginal utility of money. It is also assumed that money's marginal utility will be always constant. There will be no change in marginal utility of money. And next is the consumer's income is limited and constant. It is also assumed that consumer's income is limited and it is always constant. There is no change again and again in the income of consumer. And then the taste and preference of the consumer remain unchanged. It is also assumed that there is no change again and again in the taste and preference of the consumer. And next, diminishing marginal utility. It is also assumed that the law of diminishing marginal utility applied here. Consumption of reasonable quantity. It is also assumed that consumer consume the different units of commodity in a reasonable quantity, like as a full plate of rice, a full cup of tea. Next, continue consumption. There will be no time gap in the consumption of any commodity. The consumption should be continuously without any time gap. No change in quality of commodity. All the units of the commodity should be remain same, and there is no change in the flavor, in the taste of the commodity. So these all are the assumptions which should be followed in this law. We can understand the consumer equilibrium with this schedule and this diagram, like as there is quantity of X commodity 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then price of X commodity. Price will be remain same every unit which can be purchased in the 5 rupee, and then marginal utility of X commodity. Suppose there I take the units of ice cream and the price of first ice cream is 5 rupee and it gives me the marginal utility of 7 utils. So I am in surplus if I purchase the first unit of ice cream. So being as a rational consumer, a consumer purchase the first unit of ice cream because ice cream give him more utility than its price. And second unit he has to pay the 5 rupee again, but the ice cream give him the marginal utility of 6 util, so he can purchase the second units of ice cream also. Then on the third unit he have to pay the 5 rupee again for third unit of ice cream, but third ice cream give him the marginal utility of 5 utils, so he can purchase this unit of ice cream is also. But on the fourth unit he have to pay the 5 rupee again for fourth ice cream, but fourth ice cream give him the marginal utility of 4 util. Here marginal utility is less than the price, so being as a rational person, consumer cannot purchase the fourth unit of ice cream because here he has to pay the more price than the marginal utility of that commodity. And on fifth unit he has to pay the 5 rupee again, but the marginal utility of fifth unit is 3, so a rational person will not purchase the fifth unit of ice cream because he has to pay the more price than the marginal utility of that commodity. So 3 is the equilibrium point because their price of X commodity is equal to marginal utility of X commodity. We can understand it with the help of this diagram also. There is quantity of the commodity on OX axis and price and utility of commodity on OY axis, and horizontal lines show the price of X commodity and downward sloping lines show the marginal utility of X commodity. And equilibrium point is where there is marginal utility of X commodity is equal to price of X commodity. Now, in case of a single commodity case, for the consumer, utility obtained by the commodity, it is benefit for the consumer, and price which have to pay for the commodity, it is like as the cost. A consumer will continue to consume additional unit of a commodity till the point where his marginal utility is greater than or equal to the price of the commodity. Like as in this schedule, he purchased the units up to 3 when price of the commodity is less than or equal to the marginal utility of the commodity. Or we can say that he can purchase the commodity when marginal utility of X commodity is greater than or equal to the price of the commodity. But after that, when price is greater than marginal utility, being as a rational person, he does not purchase the next units of the commodity. So, being a rational consumer, he would not pay more price for a product that give him lesser satisfaction. Students, there are some questions by which we can evaluate to yourself, like as define utility, what is marginal utility, explain the law of marginal utility with the help of example, what does consumer equilibrium mean, state the condition of consumer's equilibrium in the case of single commodity. So these are the questions by which we can evaluate to yourself. So student, watch this PPT and try to understand it very well. If there is any doubt, then you can ask from me. And being as a good student, please do self study, and goodbye students.